Your laziness isn't a mistake. It's a survival feature. Think about the last time you canceled your gym session. The bag was packed. The shoes were by the door. You just had to put them on. But you stood there, looking at them, feeling a physical weight pulling you down. You chose the sofa. You opened Netflix. You sat there completely numb, letting the episodes autoplay. And right on schedule, the guilt kicked in. That heavy, familiar shame in your chest. The voice in your head whispering that you are useless. Telling you that you lack willpower. That you have zero discipline. That society belongs to the go-getters, the early risers, the marathon runners, and you are just a defective human being wasting away. You sit in the dark, bathed in the blue light of the TV, genuinely hating yourself for being so weak. But you are not weak. You are not undisciplined. You are not defective. Your neural architecture is working flawlessly. Your brain is executing a program written 2 million years ago. It is actively and aggressively suppressing your desire to move. It is locking you onto that couch to save your life. Because for 99% of human history, burning calories just for fun was suicide. We live in a culture that worships movement. We wear our exhaustion like a badge of honor. We buy smartwatches that literally yell at us if we sit for too long. We genuinely believe that our natural state should be constant, productive motion. We think laziness is a disease we need to cure. It is not a disease. It is the default setting. A few years ago, an evolutionary anthropologist named Herman Pontzer went to Tanzania. He went to study the Hadza people. They are one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth. They live exactly how our ancestors lived. Pontzer went there with a very logical assumption, a belief we all share. He looked at the modern office worker, a guy sitting in an ergonomic chair for 9 to 10 hours a day, staring at a spreadsheet, barely moving a muscle. Then he looked at the Hadza. These people are relentlessly active. They walk 9 to 15 kilometers every single day. They climb trees. They dig for wild tubers in hard, dry dirt. They track wild animals through the brutal, burning heat of the savannah. So, Pontzer brought his equipment to measure their daily energy expenditure. The math seemed obvious. The Hadza must be burning thousands of calories more than the modern office worker. They are living the ultimate, hyperactive human existence. We are living the sedentary nightmare. The calorie difference should be a massive, undeniable gap. He gathered the data. He ran the numbers. And the results made absolutely no sense. The Hadza were not burning more calories. They were burning the exact same amount. A Hadza man walking 15 kilometers across the African savannah burns the exact same number of calories every day as a modern accountant sitting in a cubicle in Chicago. How is that physically possible? It is possible because your body is not a simple machine. It is a ruthless, terrified accountant. When Pontzer published his findings, it sent shockwaves through the scientific community. It dismantled the calorie in, calorie out treadmill myth we've been fed for decades. If you run for an hour, your body doesn't just cheerfully deduct those 400 calories from your daily total. It panics. It aggressively claws them back by shutting down other background systems to compensate. It slows down your immune system. It reduces reproductive functions. It violently caps your daily calorie burn. You might feel more tired. You might fidget less. You might just sit a little heavier. The house always wins. Energy conservation is the ultimate prime directive. The Hadza are essentially living proof of this tight energy budget, because out there in the wild, energy is the most precious currency in existence. You do not just burn it, you hoard it. The Hadza do not exercise. They do not jog to lose weight. They do not do push-ups. When they are not hunting or foraging, they are sitting. They are resting completely, because when the next meal is a question mark, moving when you do not have to is biologically insane. You have to understand the reality of the primal savannah. It is not a playground. It is a hostile, barren landscape where food actively runs away from you. Imagine walking for 2 days. The sun is beating down on your neck. You are deeply thirsty. Your stomach is completely empty. Every step you take costs something. Every breath, every heartbeat, every drop of sweat is a withdrawal from a bank account that is almost entirely empty. You finally spot an animal. You hunt it. You kill it. You carry it back to the camp. That meat is not a reward. It is a survival ticket for the next 4 days. Now, imagine finishing that hunt, eating a piece of meat, and then deciding to go for a 5-kilometer run just to stay toned. Your tribe would think you had lost your mind. Your brain would think you are actively trying to kill yourself. Evolution designed a mechanism to stop you from doing exactly that stupid thing. It is called fatigue. It is called laziness. It is a deeply ingrained neurochemical punishment for wasting fuel. When you burn calories without a clear, immediate payoff, like a piece of food right in your hand, your brain hits the brakes. It pumps your system full of lethargy. It makes your limbs feel incredibly heavy. It makes the ground look incredibly inviting. Your ancestors survived because they were absolute masters of doing nothing. They rested with extreme efficiency, and you inherited their brain. You inherited that exact same biological software. It is running in the background right now. But here is the catastrophic mismatch. You do not live on the savannah anymore. You live in a world where calories are infinite, and movement is a completely optional choice. You wake up on a soft mattress. You walk 10 steps to a refrigerator packed with thousands of calories. You sit in a metal box that moves you to a building. You sit in a chair for 10 hours. You order a pizza from a glowing rectangle in your pocket, and another human being brings it directly to your door. You have completely bypassed every single physical requirement for survival. But your brain does not know that. Your brain still thinks you are out there in the dirt. It looks at the pizza, it looks at the sofa, and it says, "We hit the jackpot. We have endless food, and we do not have to move a single muscle to get it. This is peak survival. Do not mess this up. Sit down. Stay there. Save the energy for the famine." We look at animals in the zoo and feel bad for them because they pace back and forth in their cages, trapped in a space that doesn't match their natural habitat. But we are doing the exact same thing to ourselves. We have built global, interconnected, concrete zoos where the only requirement for food is a thumbprint on a smartphone screen. We have eliminated the predators. We have eliminated the cold. We have eliminated the distances. But the famine never comes. The energy just sits there. It accumulates in your arteries. It surrounds your organs. We created an environment that perfectly caters to our deepest biological craving, and it is killing us. When you force yourself to go to the gym, you are not just lifting weights. You are fighting a 2 million-year-old survival instinct. You are forcing your body to do something it views as actively harmful. You are doing something completely irrational. This is where the entire fitness industry is completely lying to you. They sell you motivation. They sell you discipline. They tell you that if you just want it bad enough, you will wake up at 5 in the morning and genuinely love the grind. They frame your laziness as a moral failure, a pathetic weakness of character that you have to conquer with expensive pre-workout supplements and shouting life coaches. They are trying to fight 2 million years of biology with Instagram quotes. You cannot out-motivate evolution. You cannot life hack your way out of your own DNA. Every single time you step onto a treadmill, you are staging a violent rebellion against your own cellular programming. You are an anomaly. You are doing the hardest thing a living creature can do. You are intentionally wasting precious energy in a body completely designed to hoard it. We need to stop pretending that relentless, productive motion is our natural state. We need to admit that we built a world that is fundamentally, violently incompatible with our own bodies. The modern industrial world gave us the ultimate prize: total comfort, endless caloric security, the exact thing our ancestors bled and died for over millennia. We finally won the evolutionary game, and our reward is a soft, padded, climate-controlled trap. We are suffocating in our own absolute success. The comfortable sofa in your living room is not a piece of furniture. It is a velvet-lined grave for a warrior with no enemies left to fight. Some will say we need to adapt. Some will say we are quietly engineering our own extinction. I lean toward the latter.